Welcome to the Fascist Alternative. I am your host, Timmy Johnson, and joining me is my fellow dude, Ryan Anderson. Ryan, how are you?
I'm all right. You doing all right tonight?
So far, so good. I've been napping a lot today. I'm pretty good. I'm pretty awake now. I drank coffee and stuff. But
That's better than beer like last week.
Yeah, just coffee and some kind of equivalent to grape Kool-Aid, but with no sweetener. It's kind of boring, but you don't have
and it's
all
not
the
Kool-Aid. You gotta have sugar if it's Kool-Aid.
It's like a great value grape stuff. We call it grape drink.
Drank. That's what they call it back in the day.
I'm going to start off with a big thank you to the new subscribers and all the 5-star ratings that you've been giving us on iTunes. It really helps this podcast grow and climb the rankings for just two dudes that are talking on a podcast. Let's try to climb those iTunes charts, and because we are officially on iTunes and Google Play. So share to your friends, and hopefully we can continue to grow this thing. But Ryan, let's explain to the listeners what the title of the show means, The Fascist Alternative.
Yeah, so I think we kind of played around with a lot of names when we were coming up with this podcast, when we were talking about a lot of stuff from The Big Lebowski.
Yeah.
We threw around a lot of stuff with White Russians. We even kind of threw around the name The Caucasian for a while for the name of the White Russian on the movie. We kind of decided that was probably not a good idea in the current political climate.
Right.
So we kind of went with the fascist alternative. And if you remember from the movie The Big Lebowski, there's a lot of talk of nihilist and a lot of talk of a little bit about Nazis and fascist in there. I see it more in like some of the books I've read about the pseudo religion of Dudism. There's a lot of talk of fascism.
Yeah.
And we're kind of the alternative to that.
Right.
So I don't know if many people know what fascists are, and it's been thrown around a little bit lately in the news, especially with Trump.
Yeah.
I mean, fascism comes from Rome. The word fascia is a bundle of sticks that Romans used to carry around, basically to whack people over the head with.
Nice.
Sometimes they'd have an axe out of the end of them. And that whole idea of it, one stick, you hit someone over the head, you might hurt them. It'd probably break the stick.
Yeah.
You take a bundle of sticks, you put them all together, and you hit someone, you're probably going to kill them.
Yeah.
So this is something that was adopted by Mussolini in the 1920s. That, just kind of playing on that Roman history. Fascism was like ultra-nationalism, ultra-corporatism. Just regularly being a douchebag, basically. So we're kind of the alternative. We're trying not to be that serious, not being a douche. We don't care what religion you are, what sex you are, what sexual orientation you got. We're just here to have some fun. So we're the alternative to that nonsense.
And then that's
the long answer.
Yeah. Well, then there's a scene in the movie where the dude gets picked up from Jackie Treehorn's mansion, and Jackie Treehorn drugs him, and the dude's sitting in the police chief's office, and he's they're going back and forth, and then the dude gets a coffee cup thrown at him, and he goes, "You fucking fascist!"
Yeah, I mean, fascist is a go-to. I mean, a lot of people get it confused with like communism, and there's a lot of similarities to it, but fascism really is just you're like when I talked about the bundle, you're giving up some of your identity for the state, and generally fascism, it's all about ultranationalism. You're kind of seeing now in America, it's America first, and there's always generally a scapegoat. Like in Italy, it was the communists. In Nazi Germany, it was the Jews. In America right now, it's a lot of times it's immigrants. So that's where you get a lot of the parallels.
Yeah.
But people throw it around as just a slur that they don't really know what the meaning of it is.
Yeah. Well, that's what the title of the show means. I know it's kind of confusing, but I did notice when I was searching it on iTunes and stuff, it is coming up better. So if you guys are trying to search for the podcast and stuff like that, it is coming up better in the search. You don't have to type in all 3 words. You'll get 2 words in and it'll come up. I think it's because of the reviews and stuff that we're getting. So that's definitely a plus. But at this point, we are going to go to our segment that is called Over the Line. So this week, my Over the Line segment happened not too long ago. So I was in the video store not too far from us, and I was just browsing around looking at the new releases and stuff, because with our work schedule we don't really get time to watch stuff. So kind of the weekends is kind of where we catch up on life and in general everything. So I was browsing the store, and I was the only one in there, and then this other guy was there, and he went to the counter to make his selection or whatever, and he was talking to the girl behind the counter, and he started getting a little loud. I was like, what? I just didn't pay any attention to it. So I continued to walk around, and then he's fucking just screaming and cussing at this woman. What do you mean this fucking don't work? So this dude was getting upset over his phone number did not bring his account up. I don't know, what the fuck? And this poor girl behind the counter, she's a young kid.
Make a minimum wage.
Yeah, make a minimum wage. And this dude is just fucking yelling at her. This is fuck, you need to fuck, just throwing F-bombs at her and all kinds of shit. So I went up to the counter. I was like, dude, what's your deal? Like, what's your problem? And he's like, this is never a problem, but today it is. Like, dude, you got 2 options. You can make your selection, and, she can try to help you, or you can just leave. He's like, oh, I don't need this. Like, dude, make your choice. So he quickly gave her the money, and he left. But I was just like, what the fuck? That was just dumb. Why would
That's kind of like being a fascist there.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
It's just taking stuff way too seriously.
Yeah.
That's very undude-like behavior.
Yeah, it was just, he was, fucking movies. He was getting very upset over written movies.
I have 2 questions to this story of yours. One, what's the movie he was written?
I couldn't see that.
Was it like Pee-wee's Big Adventure or what?
It was probably like at that movie store you can have like
The Crying Game.
It was probably free kids movies, if all I know. He's probably just being a dick over free movies that he didn't have to pay for. That's my guess.
Though, I'm going to lump you into this, but since you were in the store as well, but who the hell goes to a movie store anymore? What is this, like 1995?
There's not very many of them. I mean, it's
dying.
Yeah, it's a dead thing. I remember
I was so happy when my hometown of Vincennes got a Blockbuster. I thought it was really good. That thing lasted like 5 years. It's gone. I think it's a fish store right now.
I remember going to Blockbuster, and we would the shitty game for N64 came out called Pokemon Snap, and we were so pumped that we could go to the inside of the Blockbuster, and they had a Pokemon Snap kiosk, so you could go in there and print out the Pokemon that you took pictures of.
I've never heard of Pokemon Snap.
Oh, there's a reason, because it was dumb. I mean, in my opinion. I mean, if you like it, to each their own, but God, that game was dumb. But you could go into the Blockbuster and print out pictures of the Pokemon that you took pictures of. Marketing at its best.
Oh, yeah.
So what is yours?
So mine this week kind of stems from a conversation that you and I had Thursday night at work.
No.
It's a little ridiculous. So I'm sitting there minding my own business at work, and you come up, and I don't know if you remember what you asked me, but you asked me what was my favorite village person. And my response was, I have no idea how many village people there are.
Yeah.
And you kind of like wigged out on me a little bit, like it was sacrilegious that I didn't know who the village people were. And so you asked me what my favorite village person song was, which naturally, the only song of the village people I actually know is YMCA. Yeah. And that's mostly because of the Minions version that plays on the Sirius that my daughter listens to.
Yeah.
So you kind of threw out there all these this idea that they're such a great band, and I can't remember who you said. I think it was the Indian.
Yes,
was your favorite Village person.
He is great.
Yeah, you said the Indian, so I have no idea. I think I remember an Indian and like a sailor. That's about the extent of my Village People knowledge.
There's 5 of them.
Yes. So then you started. The most embarrassing part for you, embarrassing you in front of your friends and family, is you then told me about the song Macho Man, which I do know after you said,
yes.
and then proceeded to sing it
yes.
there at work, singing Macho Man.
Yes.
So I have done a little research on the Village People. Mm-hmm. By research, I mean I asked someone else at work. And I am going to challenge you right here on the internet in front of the gods of the interwebs.
Oh, no.
Timmy Johnson, Village People superfan, name me a third Village People song.
Oh, no. So I came up with YMCA, and then
yes.
I said Macho Man.
Yes.
And
I heard another one, and I didn't know it, but I'm going to see if you know it.
I can't even search this because all my forms of my iPad, my phone, they're all tied up.
That's cheating.
Now. Yeah,
this is not high school. You can't cheat your way through this.
How did you know that's how I graduated?
Because that's how I graduated.
Yeah, I can't even pull myself out with. I don't even know.
Right.
Okay, so
I'm gonna give it to you. This is the only other song, and someone said this in the Navy.
Oh fuck!
Yes,
I didn't.
I have heard that before.
Yes.
So I have a more of extensive knowledge of the Village People than I initially said.
Yes. I forgot that was a Village People song.
Oh, yeah.
I honestly did. I don't think it was very good, though. I don't think it really connected to people like the YMCA did.
Oh, no. Everyone knows YMCA.
Yeah. You go
to a sporting event in America, you hear YMCA.
Oh, yeah. You go to
a wedding.
Any wedding reception.
Between that and a chicken dance, everyone's done it.
Yes. You go to a wedding reception, you hear YMCA, and it's like, it's done.
All the old folks get up, start moving. Yeah.
This one time, we were at I forgot what we were doing, but me and my family were there, and my 2 uncles decided they were going to try to do something different. So they when the YMCA, the main hook of the song, dun, 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 and then the when it started kicking in. He decided that he was going to stand on his hands against the wall and make each letter with his feet.
With his feet?
Yes.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, it was good.
I don't see anything bad that could happen there.
No, well, he was doing good. The other uncle, he tried it outside and he busted his head on the side of the building.
Is that the uncle you call Flat Top?
No. But we went out. Well, but in the process of that, he had some loafer type shoes on, but it just on the wall, it just left black marks all along the fucking wall. God, this is pretty awesome.
So apparently a little alcohol in the Village People gets people moving. I was not aware of that.
Every time you play that song anywhere, I bet you could play it at, I don't know. You just there needs to be a social experiment where you just go out in public and just start playing just the hook of it. Dun, dun, dun,
that sounds like a skit from a Chappelle show.
Oh.
Like just going out in random places and playing YMCA yes. and see what happens.
And they would do it every single time.
Yeah.
But so the Y and the M is given, but which way are you supposed to do the C? Because is that that's...
Well, I think you would go, to your left, you're making a C for someone else to look at.
Yeah. So I've always wondered, I guess it doesn't feel right if you're going to the right. I was thinking of that, when I brought all this up, I was like, fuck, which way do you do the C without looking like an idiot?
I've done a lot of stupid things in my life, but I can proudly say that I have never once done the YMCA.
You have never done the YMCA?
Never.
Jeez.
Never.
How are you even an American?
Never. I sometimes wish I wouldn't, but yes, I am American.
That is the most American thing ever. I don't know if wonder we're in southern Indiana. Wonder if that even relates to any other part of the U.S. Is that
Oh God, yeah. I think you could go anywhere. I bet you can go down to the deepest, darkest part of Alabama and they bust out a little YMCA. That's the most backwoods, ignorant, just stuck in the 50s person. You put on a little Village People, 5 gay men, and they're just up and moving.
Yeah. And honestly, for the longest time, I didn't even know the dudes were gay. I just thought they had cool costumes. I mean, we're totally cool with gay people, but I did.
Yeah, we don't give a crap.
Yeah, but it's just I never knew that they were gay. It's just like, wow, I would have never thought that.
Yeah, I think the Village People are really huge in the gay circles in America.
Yeah. I wonder if they're still alive. I didn't even do any research on that to see if they're even still alive.
I didn't go that far. I didn't care enough to even get on Wikipedia for a second to look up the Village People.
It is kind of, But yeah, that's a good one. So now, as I take a sip of grape drink, we are going to go into some of our news and headlines. So this article, the first one that's going to be discussed, is one that you mentioned that we should discuss. So let's get on the iPad, and it says, a lot of American adults think brown cows make chocolate milk. Let's see.
I don't even know what to say to that. It's kind of like your discussion last week about flat Earth. I mean, all that says to me is we need to start spending a little money on science or something.
Yeah. Well, it says a survey Here, let's go. A survey put together by the National Dairy Council found that a whopping 7% of adult Americans, real, functioning, grown-ass humans, think that chocolate milk comes from brown cows.
So that works up to what? 16.4 million American adults, tax-paying, voting American adults, think that brown cows produce brown milk or chocolate milk. So what does a white and black cow produce? Is that like the twist ice cream you get at the restaurant?
That would probably be delicious. What's your preference? Do you like chocolate?
Oh, I love chocolate.
Yeah.
I love chocolate milk. And you would think in the name chocolate milk, you would get a fairly good idea of where the brown is coming for the milk. I mean, it's right there in the title.
Yeah. No, it's...
So what kind of cow? I've never seen a pink or red cow on the road. I guess there is kind of a little bit.
Yeah,
but how are you getting strawberry milk?
That's a very excellent point. But strawberry milk tastes like shit.
Yeah, it does. Like strawberry quick's awful.
It's
the worst.
Even the Prairie Farms strawberry milk, it tastes like shit. I can't even choke that shit down. We tried to. My daughter was going through we were trying to get her to try different milks and stuff. She loves chocolate milk, white milk, not so much. But we tried strawberry milk, and she just it was like a spit take. Just.
Oh yeah, that's garbage.
Yeah, that's shit. I don't even know why people sell that shit anymore.
You ever get chocolate milk? It's like with the 1% milk.
Yeah, it's
garbage as well. It's like drinking water.
Yeah.
I want the
whole,
vitamin D. I want
whole milk.
It's massive amounts of chocolate. I want to be wired after I drink it. That's the best part of it.
Me and my wife just went through a debate on we buy whole milk, vitamin D milk, and we were considered on dropping down to 2% just to get rid of some of the calories from the milk intake, but. No, we ultimately decided
it tastes so good.
Oh yeah, we just get the whole milk. It tastes way better.
It tastes way better. I mean, aren't they even trying to get chocolate milk out of the schools right now?
Oh,
aren't you having that trouble?
Yeah,
what the hell?
Yeah, not too well. It was just for the preschoolers and the kindergarten. So they were saying that they couldn't. It wasn't the teachers. It was more of the Indiana, the state part of it. They were saying that the preschoolers and kindergartners could not have chocolate milk, and my daughter, she only drinks chocolate milk. She's
smart. She don't want that garbage, other garbage.
She just she is very picky on eating anyway. So we were just thinking, if we can get her to drink chocolate milk, 4 times a week, that's awesome. That's the only type of somewhat nutrition that she gets. So we had to get a doctor's note and stuff like that, and.
You had to get a doctor's note for chocolate milk.
Yes. And the doctor was kind of like, you need what? And we're like, yeah, we just need a doctor's note from you saying that she needs...
This child needs chocolate stat.
Yes. Yeah. So she drinks chocolate milk. It's medical.
So I'm gonna bring this topic full circle around. So now we're not letting the little kids in Indiana drink chocolate milk at school. Mm-hmm. They're in their formative growing years, right? So now they're probably not even drinking, because no one wants white milk. No one wants that crap at school. So they're not getting all their vitamins and minerals. They're probably not developing as fast. And then they're growing into adults that think chocolate milk comes from brown cows. It's a vicious cycle.
It comes in full circle. No, this article does say there are plenty of people out there who somehow make it to adulthood without realizing that pickles are cucumbers and that raisins are grapes. So, that kind of goes hand in hand, but you kind of, when you develop as an adult, you figure out those things, but you would think that it's a given that chocolate milk is just flavored.
Yes, it's just flavored milk.
So we're going to get into this next article, and many of you have probably heard this song, so I'm going to play a little snippet of it. So, on that, everything you know about the Monster Mash may be a lie. For the past 55 years, Bobby Boris novelty classic Monster Mash has been an important part of Halloween. It seems like now people paying close attention, they're starting to pay a little bit closer to the lyrics, and it's freaking people out. But so it turns out Monster Mash may be just a song about a guy who sees and hears monsters performing and dancing to a song called Monster Mash, but not necessarily the song Monster Mash itself. So the actual song could be entirely different. A guy named Lawrence Miles tweeted the mind-blowing theory on Saturday evening. This is what the tweet reads. It says, "Guys, I'm here to red pill you all. You've never heard the actual Monster Mash. You've just heard a record. You just heard a record." Okay. Because I guess that was probably on a record.
So he's like a reporter, reporting what he saw.
Yeah. It says, Bobby Pickett is non-monster recalling an occasion when he heard monsters mashing. At best, his recording is only a rough approximation. So this song all along was just what he...
It's a warning to the future. Man. There's monsters among us, and they are mashing.
Yeah. So, just think about that for a minute. This whole time, everybody was...
So, who was it that wrote it?
Let's see here. Bobby Boris.
Bobby Boris is out wandering the woods one night 55 years ago and comes across a group of monsters mashing, and he decides to write down his experience in song form for the world to enjoy.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good stuff. I mean, I've always enjoyed that song. Just like when you hear that first of it, whatever, the lab, just the blah, blah.
That's working in the lab.
Like, you knew it was coming, like the Monster Mash. And that's actually my PlayStation gamer tag too, is Monster Mash.
Well, you have quite a few monsters tattooed all over you.
Yes. Zombies and zombie girls, and I have a squid. There's all kinds of things. Cartoon arms, as some people have told me.
So, I mean, what in the world got into someone today had to dissect the Monster Mash? They were that bored.
I don't know.
That I have to dissect a song it was wrote 55 years ago. And they should be out trying to figure out where chocolate milk comes from, but instead they're dissecting the Monster Mash.
It's actually, I'm surprised, people have, even that song has stood for so long, being a children's song. I'm surprised.
Oh, you hear it every year. Every time this time of year, you hear it.
I wonder how long it's going to even last. It's going to continue to be, I would call, a Halloween cult classic. Seems like we have a lot of cult.
Emphasis on the cult right now.
Oh, yeah. And I'm surprised, somebody hasn't spoke up and be like, well, that song's about monsters, and I don't know what they're doing, but it's a mash. It offends me.
Oh, they gave him time. Someone's already been offended. Sure. So what's our odds that Mr. Bobby is walking in the woods and maybe he came across something a little different than next to monsters? I mean, we could be saying a satanic ritual with local teens, or maybe he just had a little too good of a time that
I don't-
night and was imagining things.
You know what? I'm surprised somebody hasn't put that together, that it could be.
We've had a guy time travel from the future on alcohol
Yep.
last week and give us a warning about space
Right.
aliens. Maybe this guy is giving us a warning after a little too good of a night.
Maybe Bobby just stumbled upon a ritual of some sort, and then he's just like, you know what? We're going to call it the Monster Mash because that sounds awesome. Or he could have been just like tripping acid or something and be like, whoa, what the fuck?
Had insights about the universe.
Yeah, like, I mean, music making, like, I mean, then, like, I'm sure, you know, is probably on record. And how do you even come,
yeah.
like, just like, I mean, the hook, you know, they did the mash. They did the Monster Mash. Like, that's.
So here's my idea for a song. We're going to talk about monsters mashing in the woods.
What? Who the fuck comes up with
Yeah.
that?
And this thing's it's made more money than you and
Oh,
I
I
ever make in our
guarantee it.
life. Oh, that's ridiculous.
But so keep up with, you know, this month might have a lot of Halloween themed articles. So this one is Halloween costumes could give you head lice. So doctors usually see a jump in head lice this time of year, although many people associate it with the start of school. The real cause may be even scarier, Halloween costumes. So here are some tips to not get head lice when you're trying on Halloween costumes. So it says, never try on a mask in a store without wearing a bathing cap over your hair.
Yeah, I that's pretty given.
Yeah,
I don't go anywhere without a bathing cap.
Like, are you just gonna pull that out of your
That's
pocket?
real.
Like, yeah,
Oh yeah,
like
I ain't going anywhere without a bathing cap.
it's like we
You see how dirty some of these guys are.
yeah, we went Saturday and picked up Cadence, which she wanted to be Supergirl, which, you know, she has no idea what it is, but she just thought it was cool. So she's like, Supergirl. I was like, all right, you can be that. You know, $35 later. It's fucking
Yeah.
ridiculous. But yeah,
Was it the plastic face
no, it didn't have a
with like the rubber band holding it
no,
on,
it
or was
doesn't
it
have a
actually more
mask.
elaborate?
It's just, you know, I guess they're just probably paying for the licensing and shit of Supergirl.
Yeah,
But it's like every time I go into like a Halloween store or anywhere that's selling that type of thing, if there's a mask that you think is cool, you put it on. Like, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There's like even
First
yeah,
thing.
like there's at Walmart right now, they have those big, like they have those big head, like, I don't know, it's like a mask of some sort, and I couldn't tell you how many times I put those on in the past couple weeks because they're pretty.
so you could be infested with head lice right now.
Be. It,
Oh, that's
it
disgusting.
says put your.
Yeah, the first thing you do, there's like some devil
Yes.
mask or werewolf
Yes.
mask. Oh, that looks cool. I wonder what I'll look like in
funny
that.
th-
Right on the head it goes.
Because I saw a pretty badass werewolf mask at this Halloween store, and I put it on, and it was awesome. But then it says,
yeah.
put your new costume into a tightly sealed bag for at least 48 hours before wearing it to kill off any lice that might be on it.
Yeah, you got killed in
Yeah,
those
I didn't know
bastards.
sealing it in a bag would kill it, though.
Well, I'm
like-
sure you're probably depriving it of
Yeah.
oxygen. It's
Do
an
you
animal.
fucking throw the bag in, like, the dryer or something and just fucking nuke them? Or would that make them spawn? Will, like, heat make them spawn? Like, wonder what...
I don't know about that. What am I thinking of? There's some kind of critter from a movie that heat made them reproduce. What was that?
I'm thinking the only thing that comes to my mind are gremlins, but that, you know, that's...
That was
yeah,
water.
Water makes them go fucking
Yeah,
nuts.
everyone knows you don't get water on a
Yeah,
gremlin.
But they're so cute
That's
when
a
they're
given.
not.
Oh yeah, mogwais are cute, but man, they're a
And then
pain.
it says throw dryer-friendly costumes in the dryer for 45 minutes before wearing them. So, although head lice are annoying, they don't actually make people sick. That's good to know.
Yeah, they just make
Yeah.
you itch. It give you social stigma, which is probably not that big of a
You know,
deal.
like what I was like.
Everyone forgets about the kid that had the
Exactly,
lice
that's
in
what I was
school.
about to get to. Like,
They don't keep that over their head ever.
like at school, like, you know, when you have the random like lice checks, I always
Oh, yeah.
was hoping like, oh, please let me have head lice this one time, so I can.
Why you want to go home?
So you could go home, but then it's like, then all the kids are like, oh, they went home because they have lice. Like,
Oh yeah, I was the opposite.
Yeah.
No, because I had enough trouble in high school without having head lice, being that kid with head lice.
yeah, I don't know why. I just always was hoping for that one chance that I get to go home because of head lice, and that never happened. I don't know why, but I guess I should have.
So
Go ahead.
Oh, well, I was just going to throw a little science tidbit out there. So you know that head lice and pubic lice are not the same form of
Really?
lice? Yes. They are actually two separate forms of lice that have evolved in different regions of the body. Yeah, so back in the day, when, we used to be a little hairier, when we were closer to our ape ancestors, which we're throwing a little evolution out there. So that the lice would travel the body as we started to lose hair as we evolved. These branches of lice got separated. And then actually you've done DNA evidence to show that it had even the lice had a common ancestor, but now they're two separate parts.
Fuck?
So the parts that's on your head and the parts on your junk are cousins, but not.
Lice cousins.
Yes,
Wonder
lice
if
cousins.
they I don't know, wonder if the lice can they're related, but wonder if whenever they speak to each other, wonder if it's the same language, if lice can communicate.
It might be like Spanish and Portuguese or something
but they
like
still
that.
kind of know what each other is saying.
Oh yeah. Yeah, them little lice, they know each other. So if you tried on a new jock strap or underwear or something at the store, you think you could get pubic lice that way? Same way
I
you
tried
are
on
with
a
these.
cup one time, and
Was it used?
No, it was at a store, and I tried it on. But this one time when I was playing football, which was years ago, and I was I saw I forgot what TV show it was, but these dudes were sharing a cup, so they just transferred it over. I was like, man, that looks
Transferred pubic lice over.
It just looks funny. So I was like, man, maybe I don't need this actual strap to hold this cup in. So I did it, and it was awful. It didn't stay in place. I don't know.
Oh, you transferred the cup over.
Yeah,
So you took the
I didn't even.
Oh,
I didn't even wear the
no.
holder for the cup, and I just put it over my junk.
Oh, no,
and
you
then
gotta
we
do
started
that.
playing, and it rotated, and it looked like I had a tumor on the side of my inner thigh because it just rotated. I was like, what? And then I slowly just took it out of my football pants because it was really starting. When I got tackled and stuff, it just really hurt. So yeah.
Oh, I hated wearing them growing up. They're the most uncomfortable thing
yeah.
ever. Play baseball or something with one on. Oh,
I when they
God.
did the
could hardly
they did
walk.
the cup test. They go with a bat.
Oh yeah, we had to do that too.
The umpire, whoever it was, they get a bat and just tap everybody. Which
You couldn't get away with that today. There's no
no.
way. No way. Some random dude's gonna come along and tap 10-year-olds on the junk with a ball bat to see if they have a piece of plastic in. There's no way. People would have a fit.
They'd shut that shit down real quick.
I think we had a knock when I was in school. We had a knock where I was in ball.
What if it just made a difference? Wonder if anybody would just try to mask it or try to make a noise.
Like the dude from the Police Academy movies. Try to give a knocking sound while you're tapping on your junk.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah, that's, I don't know. I've never, Kate, my daughter didn't try on many costumes that, we thought hopefully it's going to fit. But then as we were checking out, there was already a line behind us. And then I saw, those Halloween stores that just go up for a month or so and then they shut them back down. It was actually in the old H.H. Gregg there in Evansville. It's kind of funny, but so as you read the disclaimers behind the counter as you're checking out. So it just said something all sales are final. Make sure everything fits. Fuck.
I honestly wouldn't worry about one of them traveling costume stores because nothing says cleanliness and attention to detail like a store that's only there for a month.
Shit. So I wonder what these I don't know. Wonder it was 30. I'd say $37 out the door. But wonder how much they actually pay for that shit. It's probably fucking $5 a piece or something.
Oh, easy. It's probably some little kid in Taiwan or something made it.
And then, hey, we're just going to make it nasty.
Never even heard of Supergirl. Who the heck's this?
All right, so this next article says Rick and Morty team not happy with McDonald's Szechuan sauce fiasco.
Take your order. Yeah, I'd like to get a 10-piece McNugget and a bunch of the Szechuan sauce. As much as you're allowed to give me.
So you're a Rick and Morty fan.
Oh, I'm a huge Rick and Morty fan.
The Szechuan sauce they offered it like just for a day.
Yes, like about a week, 2 weeks ago
it wasn't
now.
that long ago. And so
See, I don't even remember the Szechuan sauce when it first
I
came
don't
out.
either. Like,
I guess it came out
Yeah.
with Mulan. It was a cross promotion
Yeah.
with Mulan, but
yeah,
I don't remember.
either. But like, I mean, I've seen people like charging like people like $25-$30 like when they got one. Like people were just like charging people for a dunk and stuff. Like they would buy one and then just like charge people to get one dunk out of it. It's like,
So this is a good money-making opportunity because I don't believe any of these people remember it. So you could just come up with any
Yeah.
random sauce, and have
Yeah.
them dunk it in there and charge them
yeah.
$25.
I don't even know. Like, I guess it says like Szechuan, like some type of teriyaki sauce or something like that, which Mulan was in 1998. So
Yeah. It's almost 20 years ago now.
yeah.
The sauce was
And
out.
I think it's pretty hilarious that McDonald's is reacting to it. Like they got the finger on the pulse of that. Whatever this is, and it's just off of a cartoon, and really an adult-based cartoon. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a cartoon that's on at, 10
Yeah.
o'clock at night on Sunday
it's
nights.
not even market like this isn't even I mean, some kids,
Cross
like some
promotion.
kids might.
It's not even a cross promotion. It's just brought back.
Some kids might know what Rick and Morty are, but a majority of the fan base is young adults to.
Oh, no. There ain't no way I'd let my
God,
daughter
no.
watch Rick and Morty. I got a Rick and Morty, or I got a Rick model in my loot crate. He's given the double birds. I wouldn't even take it out of the box for my
When did
daughter,
you get
so
that?
I'm
Not
not
too
letting
long
her
ago?
watch it. Yeah, I got it like a couple months ago. I got it, and it's a funny scene from the second season of Rick and Morty. But there's no way I'm setting that out on the mantle. Rick giving the double birds.
But like, so I guess that a lot of people McDonald's didn't realize that a bunch of people traveled. Some pretty decent distances and stuff. So McDonald's.
So weren't they lined up
they're-
around these
different
stores waiting for
and I
them to
even
open?
tried to get a friend of mine to get me some, and they were, they didn't have any. They were just sold out. They said they only gave some stores like 20 packets.
That's
Yeah.
That's insane. That is
Yeah.
absolutely insane.
But so what did they say? So the fast food chain announced that it was going to bring back the sauce, but only in insanely limited quantities made available at that one Saturday. But it was causing fans who lined up to go utterly sauceless. The small packets now are like, people are putting it on eBay for like $25 or more, which is insane. So here, I'm going to read this from McDonald's. So it says, to our customers and Szechuan sauce lovers. Am I saying that right?
Szechuan.
So
Szechuan.
yesterday we were truly humbled by the amazing curiosity, passion, and energy this community showed to welcome back Szechuan sauce. Even if it's just for one day, thank you a million times over. Between the costume... Yeah,
So
this is McDonald's. This is
saying
a
this?
statement from McDonald's.
It has nothing to do with McDonald's. These people are ignorant. It's all about Rick and Morty. It has nothing to
It
do
says,
with McDonald's.
between the costumes, the memes, and the cross-state travel, you, the fans, showed us what you got. And our super limited batch thought well intended clearly wasn't near enough to meet the demand. So I guess they thought that they had enough, but they said on their part it was not cool. We agree we're going to make this right. In the last 24 hours, we worked to open any portal necessary, and it worked. Szechuan sauce is coming back once again this winter. And instead of being one day only and limited to select restaurants, we're bringing more, a lot more. So the fans who willing to do whatever it takes for Szechuan sauce they'll have an opportunity to ask for it at a nearby McDonald's. We want to make this right. You're some of the best fans in this or any dimension, and we plan to deliver the promise as we. Yeah, so
they're throwing a little bit of Rick and Morty puns out there, the dimensions
but-
and the portal, like the portal gun and stuff. But they're gonna put no Rick in a Happy Meal.
I don't know.
All the wine bags would lose their
I thought that
mind
was
if they did
fucking
that.
crazy that they, that McDonald's of all people that market mainly to children are taking this from an adult cartoon just to make, obviously it's just to make money. But yeah, fuck yeah.
It worked,
I mean,
though.
people
love that kind of
and
stuff.
they're going to sell it.
The illusion of scarcity will
And I
make people
guarantee,
go crazy.
like, I bet they might do something like, if you just go up to the counter and ask for it, they'd be like, well, it has to be with like nugget purchase or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just buy it itself. You might just have to buy it with nuggets or something like that.
Oh yeah, they're gonna have you have to purchase something. They ain't gonna give it to you for free.
Why would they?
All right, so what's your go-to McNugget sauce?
If it depends, like what type of, where I'm at. If I'm like at Burger King or something like that, I really like the honey mustard. I think the honey mustard's pretty fire. But if I'm just like at home, like so if I'm like at home and like, which my daughter, she's very picky and she loves chicken nuggets, french fries. So I'll get like, if I'm like, fuck it, I want chicken nuggets. So what I'll do is I'll fry me up some chicken nuggets and I'll get the nuggets and fries on one plate, but then I'll get like another paper plate and it'll be like a fucking palette. You know what I mean? Like, like you see an artist have a palette of like, different,
of like paint, like your Bob Ross
but
here.
This is like a palette.
Painting a happy little McNugget.
So this is like a palette of sauces. So like I'll put like.
So what are we talking here? Are we talking like some yum yum?
No,
We talking a little like
so it
Arby's
has to
sauce?
be
What we got?
Hidden Valley Ranch. That's like the only type of ranch that I like. Yeah, oh yes.
For nuggets?
Yes, ranch. Yeah.
Oh,
yes.
my God,
So
you're a sick
you
man.
put ranch on there, then you get some Frank's Red Hot on there. Boom. Then you'll get some of the Frank's Red Hot buffalo sauce. Put that on the fucking plate. So then you get some of that Louisiana hot sauce. You know what I'm talking about? It's like fucking $1 at Walmart.
So you got like three hot
yes.
sauces already on this plate.
And then you got to get some Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce. Put that on the plate. All right. So then.
So what's our strategy here?
Oh, yeah.
Are you still
there's
going?
more.
Hang on.
So
Yeah.
then if I just want to
my
break up,
God.
cleanse the palate of some of the spice, I'll just put some ketchup on.
Cleansing your colon is what you're doing.
So, and I'll put mustard on there. But the mustard is
All right.
really for the fries. You like mustard on fries, don't you? Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, it depends
Yeah.
on what kind of fries they are. If they're the thin ones, I love mustard, and if they're the big thick ones, I like ketchup. But I'm a stranger
Oh,
to
yeah,
mustard with
shit's
French
so
fries.
good. But yeah, so that's kind of like the palette of sauces that I'll get.
So what's the strategy here? Are we like dunking from one to another, like
I
picking
don't
up a
mix,
little
so
from
I'm
each
like,
one?
I'll put a little on a nugget and I'll take a bite of it, and then I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I want to dip it in the ranch, and I'll dip it in the ranch. But you know what? If I get another bite out of it, I'm like, fuck it.
So you're saying you're a sauce
man.
polygamist. You can't settle for just one.
If
You
I'm
need
put
more
in a
than one.
situation where I just have to have one, I'll do it. But I like which McDonald's.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In a
like
pinch, anyone
McDonald's-
would. But if you have your choice to have more
McDonald's
than
actually
one,
has some pretty decent. The sweet and sour is really good. I think that sauce is pretty good. But
I can't say I don't like the McDonald's
Yeah.
dipping sauces. I've never have. If I get McNuggets, I'm going
Just-
with ketchup. For whatever reason, I have dunked my McNuggets
That's it,
in
just
ketchup
ketchup.
forever.
yeah.
That's just ketchup. Ketchup. Then I put mustard on my fries from there,
I've
so it's
never
kind of
had
bizarre.
McDonald's.
But if I'm like, if we're getting like chicken
Yeah.
strips, like the good stuff, I'm
Yeah.
going with honey mustard every time.
And you can
That's
tell
some
like
good
if you go
stuff.
to a restaurant or something and they actually like put a half-ass decent effort and make like a homemade honey mustard. Oh yeah.
Oh,
That
yeah.
shit's fucking good.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
But yeah, so are you gonna try some of the Szechuan when it comes available?
I doubt it because I'm too antisocial for that. Just because
Yeah.
all the other guys want to do it now, I am honor bound
Really?
not to do it.
I will. I'm gonna
Yeah,
get some.
I think so. Even though I love Rick and Morty,
Yeah.
I just know way I
I'll
can
get
do it.
some and I'll fucking get you.
It's too
one,
trendy.
and you can see what you think about it. I'll do the.
Get me one, and I'll keep it when this stuff goes back off
I
the market. I'll sell it on
guarantee
eBay for
everybody's
like
doing that
$25.
shit.
So you know what the main ingredient
No.
of the Szechuan sauce is?
Plums.
Plums.
What the fuck?
Plums. That is correct. Yes, I don't think many people know that. You are dipping
What
it
the
in
fuck?
plum juice. Well, that's one of
Plums.
the ingredients. Yeah. Plums.
I'm speechless. I don't even know if I want to try
I
it
know.
now.
I know you are.
Yeah.
I know it's a little too healthy. That's
Based
that
off-
fruit
it's
right
a
there.
plum
I don't
of-
think you want that from McDonald's. I don't go to McDonald's for healthy.
I know. Like I can't even remember the last time I had a plum. I had a pluot. It's like a fucking hybrid of a plum. I can't remember. It's like a plum and something else.
I don't think I've ever had a
Yeah.
plum or a prune. I can't. I'm not down with purple food. So I love the color purple
Yeah.
on like my daughter or
Yeah.
on my favorite soccer team, but my
Do you
food's
like
purple.
grape
I'm not
soda
down
and
with it.
stuff? Yeah.
Oh yeah, but that's
Yeah.
not food. That's not healthy for you. That's
But,
killing
like,
you. That's
the
why it's
thing
so
is,
good.
like, when you have like a grape flavor, let's say a grape flavored sucker and like an actual
Yeah.
grape, those two don't fucking taste the same.
No, they ain't
fuck
anywhere
no.
close.
And let's say you
Nowhere
drink an
close.
orange soda, and then you have like an actual orange. Those two are completely
Yeah.
fucking different. Shit don't taste the same.
Yeah.
What's some other ones?
No.
Cherry. I mean, I guess cherry. You have to have a
You get a
no,
little hint, but it's
fuck
not
no.
the same. It's different if you go to like a good old fashioned shop and they put like some vanilla
Yeah.
or some cherry in your soda. You can really taste it, but you get it out of the bottle, it's
What are
artificial.
some other flavors that don't like watermelon? What the fuck? Like you get like a watermelon blow pop
Yeah.
or something, and you just get like this intense flavor of like it relate you when you think of watermelon flavor, you relate to that, but that taste isn't the same as the actual fucking watermelon. It's not like the fruit. I like the fruit. I like watermelon, but it don't taste like the fucking artificial flavor of like a sucker.
So here's another weird food fact about myself. I won't eat food where I have to pick around
Really?
seeds. I can't stand it. Yeah,
Yeah.
like watermelon. That's not even that bad. Seeds are big, but like
Yeah.
I love raspberries.
Yeah.
Like the right flavor, raspberry, like a raspberry slushy.
Yeah.
I can't stand to eat raspberries. It's all them little
It's kind
seeds.
of like
Drives me
blackberries
crazy.
too. Like blackberry.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I can't stand it.
I know there's like you can get like seed. Like how about like a seedless watermelon? Are you cool with that?
Yeah, I just give up on that.
So as we're kind of winding down here, we're gonna get into which we introduced the dude of the week last week, but we're gonna go into another segment that we like to call the douche of the week. All right, so I think it was kind of implied who we were gonna pick for the douche of the week, but we are going to pick for the douche of the week, and that is Harvey Weinstein. Is that how you pronounce that? Weinstein? Weinstein?
Yes,
Weinstein.
Weinstein. Harvey Weinstein. He is the founder of Miramax, and he is the co-founder of the Weinstein
Yeah.
Company. Produce a lot of crappy movies.
But it's
I guess Miramax produced a lot
Yeah.
of Tarantino stuff, Pulp Fiction.
so it's saying like
I think maybe
there's
Reservoir
been
Dogs
a
is
lot
one
of
them, but-
celebrities
yeah.
that have came out and saying, that he's kind of been like, not cool. Like,
By not cool, you mean walking
Yeah,
into the room
like-
jerking off.
like this one,
So, I guess
there was this one,
What's that?
Maria Sorvino said that she, here
Yes.
let's see here. It says found herself in his hotel room at the Toronto International Film Festival in '95, and she said he started massaging my shoulders, which made me very uncomfortable. Then he tried to get more physical, sort of chasing me around. It's like, what the fuck?
So what I've read, this guy's go-to move is the whole come back to my hotel room, little massage. Maybe you massage me, and then he comes out in the bathrobe, wide open,
you
with
serious?
nothing on under it. And then if he doesn't get any results from that, he generally just goes to jerking off in front of the ladies.
Just like,
Yes. So I guess the more money and power you have, the weirder you get to be in America.
so he just goes. That's his like go to,
Goes to town.
like.
Yes, and I guess he's been doing this for
Yeah.
a long time. It's not just, a little bit, being a little creepy or staring a little bit. I mean, he is whipping out the Johnson and
then
letting go.
This Italian model, she was invited to Weinstein's office, and he lunged at her, groping her breasts and attempting to put a hand up her skirt. Like, there's so many of these, like, during this article that it's just, there's too much.
It's hundreds of women.
And,
Hundreds.
which is all.
I mean, that you know of so far. It's amazing. I mean, look at this.
Yeah.
Look at Bill Cosby. Who would have ever thought of Bill Cosby drugging and raping women like that? No way. You're out of your mind. He sells pudding pops. He ain't doing that. My God, he's giving him a hot Cosby.
Man, it's just hard to believe. But so he is. There's so much to read here. It's just kind of disturbing. Just him chasing women and just trying to have his way with them. It's not cool. That's not dude like. So he is definitely.
Yes. I mean, the dude was down for a pretty woman.
Yeah.
The dude was
Coitus.
down for some fun. But you gotta. It's not. Yeah, he's down for a little coitus. But it's funner if it's consensual. Funner if the young lady is excited about it as you are, and if she's not, it's a no go.
Yeah,
you need to
so
quit
it
being a
looks like
douche.
this dude's starting to get some.
Yeah, I think he's.
Yeah,
his world's
it's starting
unraveling
to come
around him
down.
right now.
So, all right. So, with the douche of the week comes the dude of the week. So, this week, for our dude of the week, we have chosen a friend of mine that has done a lot for me. He's made t-shirts and a bunch of things. But the dude of the week is Jeffrey Straub. And when we first launched this podcast, if you go to the podcast and you see like the art that was made for this podcast, so he worked with me. It wasn't in the right format and stuff like that. So he worked with us trying to get the right format, and finally he got the right combination of what they wanted for the art. And he didn't have to do that. He could just be like, here's your art and deal with it. But nope, he was a real dude, and he made it right. So he is the dude of the week. And you can go to Straub Design LLC on Facebook, and he can get, for all your promotional needs, decals, banners, business cards, t-shirts. Just give him a chance, If you need any of that stuff, just message him on Facebook on Straub Design LLC. There's a page on there, and tell him that the Fascist Alternative sent you, and he'll treat you right. So he is the dude of the week. Ryan, you got anything else to add for this week?
No, I think I'm pretty good.
This concludes this week of the Fascist Alternative. You can still go and add us on iTunes and Google Play. Give us those reviews. They're going to help us gain traction on this thing. Give us those 5-star reviews and share. Thank you. This has been Timmy Johnson, and we
Ryan
thank you for
Anderson.
listening. See ya.